Good evening, and welcome back to our segment on the real estate meltdown. We will be talking tonight about what to do if you owe more on your property than its current value. Tonight's guest is an expert on the subject. From sellersnet.com, Shorty Modifinsky.
Hi, and thank you for having me. This is a bigger problem than most people think. You see, everybody shares some responsibility in this problem. That is why nobody is in jail over it. Sadly, we pay the government our tax dollars, and they are supposed to stop these things from happening. Unfortunately, not only were they drinking the punch, they were handing it out.
What should people do if they cannot keep up with the payments and cannot sell because they owe more on their property than the current value?
Well, they are not alone. Here are the facts. Millions of families are in the same boat. It has been 6 years since the bubble burst. It will be at least another 6 or more till things level out, and that is a maybe, because every sale is less than the last, and with that, more property owners go underwater and refuse to struggle when the house next door sells for less than they owe, so it continues to fuel the fire.
Well, what should they do?
They should call sellersnet.com if they are in California and have a free consultation. You see, most modifications do not go through, so if you are self-employed, or it is a rental property, or are not working or make less than 3 times the house payment, you almost have no chance of modification.
What's the good news?
The good news is this: if the bank has filed a notice of default, and the homeowner is faced with a foreclosure, we at sellersnet.com can keep them in the home longer by submitting an offer and negotiating to have them relieved of the debt. This will keep them in the house on average of 6 months, and in most cases, get the moving expenses.
Is there a silver lining?
Yes. First, keep things in perspective. Your health and family are most important. You will get through this. Second, you can go out and lease a house for a few years for much less than it costs to own, no taxes or upkeep, etc., and there is no incentive to own right now. And then in 3 years, you can get back in a house at closer to the bottom. We are already reselling our past clients houses that went through this.
Will they be responsible for the balance?
In most cases, not. It will depend if it is their primary residence, if they refinanced, etc. We will be able to discuss that on a case-by-case basis.
Would they be better off letting it go to foreclosure?
Usually not, and the banks do not want to foreclose. They lose more money that way.
Should they move out?
No, the bank does not want an empty house.
How much will they get for moving expenses?
The government, half a program, pays about $3,000 if they qualify.
What is the first step?
Go to sellersnet.com and ask for a free evaluation on their options, and take a look at the testimonials from hundreds of sellers in the Southern California area, from Ventura to San Diego, or call 800-949-2510.
What does your company charge for this service?
There are no out-of-pocket charges. We only get paid through the proceeds of the sale if we are successful, and that is about 90% of the time.
Thank you for coming on and explaining the process. If you could stay a little longer, I have a few questions about my own situation. Good night, folks.